Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Nico, CEO of Central Valley Brickworks, here to bring you guys our first video on our YouTube page for 2016, which also happens to be our first mock update for 2016. And today we're going to be discussing all of the features and all of the progress we made on our Battle of Umbara mock, as explained in the title. But a couple of things before we cut away to the landscape and start showing you guys all of the wonderful things we have going on in this mock. I want to acknowledge that both these figures are not going to be the same as they are standing right now. It's just there because we're place marking everything. And Captain Rex, if you cannot tell, this is the old minifigs for you, Captain Rex, and the helmet is not exactly up to par in regards to the size of the hole where his rangefinder is supposed to go. So I either have to get a smaller rangefinder or drill that hole a little bit bigger so that the rangefinder can fit. So that's one inconsistency that Rex has at the moment that will not be shown in the final product of this mock. And the other imperfection we have is General Pong Krell's lightsabers being drawn during the battle. For those of you who do not remember, his lightsaber, he did not have his lightsabers drawn. He was just letting the clones do most of the fighting. However, we do not have a custom waist clip for him. We will be getting that eventually from Brickforge. So for now, I'm just having his lightsabers drawn because we do not have that feature at the moment. But without further ado, let's cut away to the landscape. Here is a little preview look at some of the landscape that we have actually finished on Umbara. Now, keep in mind, this is subject to change just because of the way we have the mock design for transport. We do have to fix a few kinks there, but most of the general landscape that you are seeing here is mostly done. And if you notice, the pathway is a mix of a trans light blue studs as well as white studs to give it that illuminating look that we saw in the actual episode. I am missing the streak going down the middle of the pathway here, but that's mainly because I'm out of the white pieces that we need for that. I have plenty of trans light blue studs that we need, but as for the white studs, we are basically out. Now, if you look closely at the landscape here, you'll notice that this little patch of blank space has no trans red plates on it, 1x1 plates. That's because we do have a custom feature going here that I'll get to discussing in another video. But if you look throughout the rest of the landscape, you'll see a contrastive elevation that we are going to be showing, and we also still have yet to get the rest of the trees, the piece for the trees that we need to make for this, as well as the other foliage and vegetation that we need for the planet. And now if you look towards the battlefield, you'll notice a couple of key things, one of which is the formation that the clones are in. We have them protecting this one ATRT. Keep in mind there are going to be more ATRTs in here because there are multiple ATRTs in the film, or in the TV episode. And this is all preliminary testing on the behalf of the combat division. They wanted to experiment with a few things, but we do have a couple of key figures that need to go in certain places, such as ARC Trooper 5s here, Clone Trooper Jesse, and Clone Trooper Hardcase, as well as Clone Lieutenant Appo, which is back here. I gotta remove his pauldron, and that Jet Trooper will not be there also, if you do notice. So those are going to be the changes that we're more than likely going to make to this battlefield. As for the Umbarans, though, they're going to stay the same because they're able to use the landscape in the episode to their advantage because of the fog as well as the dense vegetation of the planet. But that's basically all the features we have for the battlefield right now. There is going to be a massive feature coming in to this mock later on, which I'll also discuss in another update. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and make a cut to the infantry bunkers that you have a very limited view of at this point. Alright guys, so here is an inside look at the Umbaran infantry bunker that Nick, myself, and Zach have been working on for the last few months. And there's a lot of really cool features that I personally added to this mock, such as the sliding door. This is the first sliding door that I ever worked on. and it's very fluid. It's not the best design, but it's, you know, it's good enough for me, and it works. We have a little latch to open the door. We also have a cool little mouse droid here. The mouse droids were around during the Clone Wars, even though we didn't really see them much. We also have weapon racks throughout this portion of the walls, and we also have a little armor station. Actually, we have 2 armor stations for the Umbarans to put their armor when they're not outside patrolling or going to battle. So you're gonna go ahead and see those, and you'll also take a look at the beds that we have here that I personally made. We also have 2 nightstands, so that way the Umbarans can put their food or drinks or whatever over here. They're not the best beds, and obviously they're pretty hard, but you know, it's war, you know, so not the best of conditions. It's not luxury, you know, it's wartime. So you're going to have those features there. You're also going to see this control panel that I made over here. It's a very, you know, it's a very simple control panel in design, but it's a pretty cool feature that I added, in my opinion. And also you'll notice the shield or the air filter system that I have here. Basically, it filters the outside air to where it's breathable for the Umbarans to not wear their exosuits in the bunker, and it makes it totally habitable for them. And you'll just notice a lot of details on the walls of the bunker here that are going to be decaled with Separatist logos to show that they are part of the Confederacy. And you also notice in the very back you will see a Umbaran in battlesuit armor who is also cooking. You'll notice a couple of chicken drumsticks and a pot. There's also another pot that's out of the shot, but that was also a custom grill that I made, so it looks really, really cool. And so now let's go ahead and move upstairs. You'll notice on the 2nd floor we don't really have much, just droids everywhere, and you also see the head Umbaran with the Battlestar, or not the Battlestar, wow, I don't know why I called it that, the Death Star patterns in his hand here. This is a little sub-story that we're adding to the MOC, but this feature's not done, obviously. We are not going to be finished with this until I am completely done with designing the 1st floor. And that's pretty much all we have for this bunker so far, so let's move on to the vehicle bunker. Alright guys, so now we're getting to the last feature of this update that we're going to show you, which is the vehicle bunker. This bunker took me personally, I was the only one to work on this bunker. It took me a long time to actually get the preliminary design done. A lot of tile work, just a lot of work in general, and I'm glad to say that the 1st floor is pretty much done. So you'll notice here we have our prototype Umbaran hover tank, which is only basically done up to the wings. Let's move this out of here so you see the rest of the floor detail, and you'll begin to notice a bunch of tiles and just a lot of very smooth flooring for the base. It took me, I'd say, a good 6 hours to try to get this done. You'll notice gas canisters as well, or energy canisters if you will, and one of the cool features I added to this MOC was a little charging station for these energy canisters. I personally did not work on the generator that charges the canisters. So basically what the Umbarans will do is they'll put an empty canister here, the Umbaran who is manning the charging station will charge it up, and eventually the what's it called, the battery cell will get full of energy that will be later packaged out and distributed to the infantry base for power, or you know, other Umbaran bases throughout the planet. So we added that cool little feature here, and we also added a little weapon rack that I'm going to fix up here, tool station, and the garage door that we are working on so that way the tank can get out is pretty much done. I just have to get the pieces for the actual garage, and we have to test it. And you also see this little support system that we have here, designed by the Landscape Division, to help support the 2nd floor, since the way it's designed we can't really put any middle supports like we have in the infantry bunker. But we will begin work on the 2nd floor around the same time we film the second update for this MOC. But for now, these are all the features that we are going to show you guys for this update. Stay tuned for more MOC updates, MOC videos, as well as just other material in general. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.